This, ladies and gentlemen, is hope. Hope that when the electric revolution really takes over, our hot hatches are in good hands. It's called the Renault Zoe eSport concept, and although it looks a little bit like a normal Zoe on the outside, it's actually stuffed with two Formula E electric motors and a bespoke racing chassis, creating a 460 horsepower, four-wheel drive, two-seater monster that should know its way around a racetrack. Well, it actually works for a starter, but as you might have guessed, the acceleration is pretty brisk. The battery itself weighs 450 kilos, but the whole car, because it's got a carbon body, is only 1,400 kilos, which is about 80 less than your normal Zoe. 0 to 62 takes about 3.2 seconds. Top speed, wouldn't worry about that, we're not going to hit it here, but it's about 130 miles an hour. We seem to be static, that seems to be a straight, so let's give it a go, shall we? It's a bit of a cliche, but it does feel like some sort of spaceship warp drive. You've got the noise going in your head. The acceleration just starts from the beginning and then kind of tails off towards the end. So it's the opposite way round to how your brain's supposed to be computed. Well, you can't give a supermini supercar performance and not go to work on the chassis. So what we've got here is a bespoke space frame chassis. We've got double wishbone suspension, front and rear, adjustable Öhlins dampers, and a roll cage here with Kevlar reinforcement, which is reassuring. Torque split is 55% rear, 45% to the front. Basically, this thing is a race car, and that's exactly what it feels like. So the steering is super precise. The brakes, well, they're racing brakes, so there's no assistance, and you really got to stand on them to get anything out of them whatsoever. But the defining characteristic of this thing is its short wheelbase. So even there you can feel it trying to move around. It's so lively up on its toes. You've got to be very careful. Do not want to end up in the gravel trap for this thing. Of course, with all EVs, the noise is a bit weird, to be honest. So you get this whistling from the motors, you can hear the diffs clicking away, and you've got no engine noise. So I'm probably traveling a bit quicker than I think right now, and it's all a bit unnerving. The way to drive this thing, as I'm learning, is it's all about the throttle response. If you just give it the full beans, you're going to spin up the tyres and probably end up in the grass over there. You've got to tickle the throttle, use all that torque to get really clean getaways from the corners. You know what this thing is? It's the modern incarnation of the Clio V6. Okay, so battery life might have to take a leap before something like this is actually feasible for mass production, and the lack of noise is a challenge, but the principle works. The hit of acceleration is mind-blowing, and the ability for electric cars to vector torque between the axles and even to the individual wheels has infinite potential. Yes, the combustion engine is under threat, but judging by this, what comes next is even madder and more capable.